Pavilion in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. WQMY and Learfield IMG College bring you a Patriot League women's basketball matchup featuring the Lafayette College Leopards and the Bucknell University Bison. With that, we say hello, everyone. Welcome courtside. We're running the two-person weave. Great to be alongside Blake Dodonis, the former coach at Gardner-Webb and Buffalo. I'm Justin Antweil. Blake, Bucknell has certainly hit their stride. They've rattled off 8 consecutive wins. The only thing that can slow Bucknell down is the bye week. They didn't win this past week because they didn't play. As we turn our attention towards the Patriot League standings, they've clearly lived up to preseason hype.
Yeah, after losing that second Patriot League game to Boston here at home, like you said, they've just been running along.
You mentioned the last matchup. Bucknell kind of had to grind it out at the Kirby Sports Center last month. 56-47 was the final. What are some keys this time around?
Well, you and I talked about it before the game.
As for Bucknell, they're anchored by Caitlin Slagus, the pillar of the program. Blake, she has over 1,300 career points.
She's unbelievable, and she's been good since the moment she stepped foot on campus.
Hey, Bucknell looking to go for 2 wins this season against Lafayette.
Thanks, guys. It's amazing to think Aaron Russell was thinking about going to law school. I think this coaching thing has worked out. All right.
All right, you told me if we won, we got to floss. Do you know how to floss?
Oh, yeah,
Are you a good flosser?
Ready?
Here we go. Here we go. We are flossing here.
Welcome back courtside. Blake Dodonis, I'm Justin Antweil. Here's the starting 5 for Lafayette. They start 5 underclassmen. They're anchored by the law firm of Kakowski, Martino, and Freeland. They combine for 34 points per game. As for the Bucknell Bison, 4 upperclassmen in their starting lineup. They've got 3 seniors that are tri-captains. They've won 92 games together. That's tied for most wins in a senior class in program history. That's Slagus, Walker, and English. Our officials this afternoon are Bridget Borelli, Hillary Harwell, and Liz Kosmeski is about to tip this ball off. 83rd all-time meeting in this Keystone State rivalry between Bucknell and Lafayette. The Bison have won 9 straight against the Leopards. It's Mack versus Kakowski. Bucknell on their home whites, and missing the layup from point-blank range, it's Walker. Here comes Lafayette in their maroon jerseys. This is a team that struggles on the road, just 2-8 this season. 15-59 the last 5 years away from the Kirby Sports Center. Their offense orbits around Natalie Kakowski. That's the key, Blake. You got to get her touches inside.
You absolutely do. You can see them trying to get to it. A lot of help side defense coming off on her. She's going to really be hard-pressed to get it, but if her teammates can make shots, open it up a little bit like that, then maybe they'll find some success.
Welcome back, Drew Freeland. Missed last game with an illness. She's back, and she allows her squad to draw first blood. Bucknell, they run this motion offense, a lot of cuts and weaves. They average 15 assists per game, tops in the Patriot League. Ball movement's imperative. Max surveys the scene, finds Slagus. They have size, but their bigs can stretch the floor. The floor spacing's tremendous. And how about the soft, feathery touch from Kai English?
They were working during shoot-around this morning on getting English the ball, encouraging her to be aggressive driving to the rim. She obviously took that message to heart.
English, a 3rd-team All-Patriot League selection last year. Cat partially deflects that one, and Slagus is able to scoop up the ball. Bucknell, such a good home team. Walker uncorks one, and it's in. Walker now just 14 points away from becoming the 24th women's basketball player to reach the 1,000-point plateau. That's amazing to think. She only had 1 scholarship coming out of high school.
It's pretty incredible, and that's what you see a lot of at the Patriot League is the good coaches find those diamonds in the rough, are able to develop them, and Cat Walker's a perfect example of that.
From Red Oak, Iowa. Grew up on a 1,200-acre farm with 3,000 cattle. Here's Michaela Wilson, knives her way inside, too strong, but there's Kakowski imposing her will. But she's off the mark, cleared by Slagus again. Slagus has a chance to become Bucknell's all-time leader in rebounds when it's all said and done. Cat not bashful at all, off the mark. Threes are a byproduct of this Bucknell offense. They shoot a lot of them, but it's not by design.
Yeah, naturally it comes through, and I mean, even earlier with Walker, and just in transition, running your lanes correctly and just letting it come to you.
How about the high-low play, able to muscle it in down low. That's a tough angle for Caitlin Slagus.
And she just did a really good job of keeping her balance. That's the first thing she did before scoring. She got her feet underneath of her, located the rim with her eyes, and then able to finish.
Johnson whips it to no one. And another empty possession for the Leopards. Turnovers are a problem with Lafayette as we take another look at this high-low play.
Yeah, great job, like we said, underneath, getting on balance. But yeah, to your point with Lafayette, nearly 18 turnovers a game. That's last in the Patriot League. And when you're a team that struggles offensively, and they do, you can't give up possessions like that.
And you talked about starting fast. Bucknell plus 119 in the first quarter this year. Off to a fast 7-2 start. 2 minutes and change in. They just have so many weapons. I mean, Blake, 9 different players average a field goal per game with this team.
It's not something you usually see, and you have to have an unselfish team to be willing to let that happen.
English with the step back. She was working on that pregame with shooting coach Janine Radice.
She sure was, and the step back, though, I like that. A lot of confidence from English.
She has 5 early points as Walker knives it away. They keep track of deflections on the bench. Head coach for Lafayette is Coach Kia Damon-Olson in her second year. Been a lot of change with the Leopards. They're in their 3rd different head coach the last 5 years, but she's earned this opportunity. Blake, she spent 20 years as an assistant before she got her dream job.
She sure has, and she's well respected amongst her coaching peers, and when you have that type of turnover, it's so hard to establish culture and an identity. So she took over a program that needed a lot of TLC, and so I think they'll get there eventually.
Spent 9 years as the recruiting coordinator at Penn State, which is just 45 minutes away from here. Providing a spark off the bench, it's Alex Cantwell for the Leopards. Leopards, they're coming off back-to-back 3-point losses. It's a young team. They just have to find ways to win. It's easier said than done.
It absolutely is, and so many times in those close wins or losses, as the case may be for Lafayette, it's just the inexperience. You don't know how to close games, and they'll learn.
The head coach for Bucknell is Aaron Russell, the 2-time Patriot League Coach of the Year. It's amazing to think, Blake, he inherited a 5-win program, and he's built a perennial powerhouse in the Patriot League. Affable, friendly, disciplined, smart, every great adjective you name, he's got it.
So often when you see coaches come from lower levels to take Division I jobs, they struggle getting the type of players, the caliber of players that they need to be successful, but he has done it seamlessly, and Bucknell, one of the best mid-majors teams in the country year in and year out.
Slashing her way in the paint, it's Ellie Mack. We'll have a feature on her later. Kia Damon-Olson needs to burn a timeout. How about Bucknell? It's been a collaborative effort thus far. 5 field goals by 4 different players.